Maxton Hall is back with its second season, and it's more drama-filled than ever. The good thing is, this is only the beginning. So, let's talk about it. Season 2 opened with a memory of that beautiful Oxford night, only to cut straight into something terrifying, aka a car flipping over. I mean, Jesus! Did any one of you guys expected such an explosive beginning to the season? Because I definitely did not. Meanwhile, life at Maxton Hall kept moving forward. Graduation was just around the corner, and Ruby was glowing with hope about her future. Her Oxford interview went well, she was in love, and for a moment she believed she could balance it all. But James wasn't answering her calls, and she could feel something in her chest tightening with worry. Mr. Lexington asked her to take charge of a huge charity gala, which is an opportunity that could change her future. Ruby hesitated at first, but she said yes in the end. Then came the turning point. Ruby and Lydia found James at a party, completely lost in his grief, drunk, and hurting himself in all the ways he knew would hurt Ruby too. Watching him kiss Elaine was the moment her heart simply cracked. And I don't know about you guys, but my heart cracked alongside her. The next day brought even more pain, as if this girl did not go through enough. Ruby learned about Cordelia's death. Despite everything, she didn't want James to suffer alone. She went to him, held him, tried to be his safe place. But when she saw the photos of him and Elaine, all that hurt came rushing back. She told him he needed help. He pushed her away. As Ruby tried to focus on her studies and the gala, James spiraled even deeper. Family secrets were exposed at Cordelia's funeral, and James left in his car speeding, calling Ruby, desperate for connection. She didn't pick up. Moments later, his car flipped. The tension continued in episode 2 as well. Episode 2 opens in this almost dreamlike moment, with James hallucinating his mom. It's clear he's desperate for comfort, for grounding, for anything. And then reality hits. He's being rushed to the hospital, with Ophelia right there beside him. Somehow, and thank God, he isn't hurt at all. While Lydia goes to check on him, Ophelia and Mortimer clash in the hallway. Mortimer wants her out of the picture, but she makes it clear she's done disappearing. She's staying, and she's watching out for James and Lydia, whether he likes it or not. Meanwhile, Ruby gets called into Mr. Lexington's office and learns that Mrs. Campbell adored her charity gala idea, but now Ruby has to figure out how to pay for the whole thing. She's overwhelmed, heartbroken, and still replaying everything that happened with James. She tells Lynn that she just can't stop thinking about him. And I don't know about you guys, but I get her. Lydia quietly spirals on her own too. She's scared about the baby and even grabs a pamphlet about abortion. You can feel how alone she feels until Ruby shows up at her door later for a girls' sleepover, thanks to Lynn, which was the loveliest moment of the entire episode. James tries to reach Ruby that night and realizes she's blocked him. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, watching his face fall, it hurt. But at the same time, he kind of deserved it. No, not kind of. He definitely deserved it. Fast forward a week. Ruby is killing it. She's found a way to fund the gala and is trying so hard to focus on her future. Lydia's stomach pains return, and Ruby takes her to the doctor. That's where everything changes. The baby is fine, and Lydia learns she's actually having twins. In that moment, all her fear melts into joy. She decides she's keeping them. Then Ruby gets the biggest news of her life. She got into Oxford. Her whole family celebrates, and it's such a sweet, emotional scene. James shows up soon after to ask Ruby for another chance, and even though her eyes say she still loves him, she tells him no. He walks away crushed, holding the trauma therapist's card, finally considering help. By the end of the episode, fate pushes Ruby and James together again, when she needs help picking up a photo booth for the gala. The ride is awkward at first, but slowly, walls come down. They start being there for each other again. The episode ends with the two of them inside that photo booth, staring at each other like the whole world just stopped. And I loved every second of it. In episode 3, we start with a flashback to James and Lydia as kids. James is hurt while playing lacrosse, and instead of comforting him, Mortimer tells him to hide his pain, to never show weakness. I mean, what a great advice, isn't it? Ugh. It's a quick scene, but it explains so much about why James struggles to be vulnerable now. Then we jump to a more recent flashback. Turns out James actually went to see the trauma specialist, and the session goes well. For the first time, James decides he wants to change, not just for Ruby, but for himself. It's honestly one of his most honest moments of this entire show in my opinion, but let me know what you thought of it. Back in the present, Ruby and James are still in that photo booth, staring at each other until Ruby pulls back at the very last second. It's painfully awkward, and the next day she can't focus on anything. I mean, let's be honest, none of us could be in such a situation. Her sister Ember tries to cheer her up by surprising her with a handmade dress for the gala. It sounds sweet until Ember asks Ruby to get her into the event, and Ruby has to say no. At school, Ruby presents her gala plans over video call, and she suggests inviting Scott Granger, the sweet janitor from the Campbell Foundation, as a guest speaker. The idea is approved, and it's a huge win for her. After the call, James stays behind and tells Ruby he wants to help however she needs. There's another quiet moment between them until Ruby snaps out of it, panics, and gives him a safe task. Meanwhile, Lydia tries to tell Mr. Sutton she's pregnant with his baby, but right before she can say the words, he gets promoted, and suddenly she doesn't know what to do. Later, disaster strikes again as Mr. Lexington flips the wrong switch while Ruby is gone, and the entire gala setup basically explodes into chaos. Ruby is crushed, but she refuses to quit. She gathers James, the lacrosse guys, and even Ember, and they rebuild everything from scratch. The gala actually turns out beautiful, but when Scott Granger can't make it, James takes the stage instead. And his speech was simply perfect, in a way that I would have never expected him to have. Ruby watches him like she's seeing his heart in real time. But of course, Mortimer drags him out afterward, furious, but James walks away with this quiet smirk, clearly proud of himself. The episode ends with Ruby smiling after him, and you can feel hope starting to spark again. But as the fans of the series, we know very well that this smile will not last that long. Because in the upcoming episode, they will have a massive face-off. Since they never addressed the cheating scandal openly, this will lead to a massive nervous breakdown of Ruby. When James tries to act like nothing has happened, she will lose herself and lash out at him, saying words that she would have never said in the normal circumstances. But now, she has had enough. She is done. She will say that she is fed up with James' mental problems, family problems, and excuses to hurt her in every opportunity he finds. And at that moment, she will realize that yes, she is proud of James for trying to do better for himself, but she is no longer wanting him for herself, especially when Oxford is awaiting her. In the meantime, Mr. Sutton will find out about Lydia's pregnancy and try to make her get an abortion. When she refuses, he will come up with an evil plan to get rid of the babies. And God, I'm already extremely nervous about all of it. For more weekly updates, discussions, and analysis on Maxton Hall Season 2, make sure to like and follow. Meanwhile, the video on the screen might also interest you.